Tarot Tribe, it's Ethany, and I am here to share with you today my picks for autumn, fall, season of Halloween, the witchy season, the tarot and oracle decks. And this is getting ridiculous how hard it is for me to pick ones that I want to work with seasonally. And as always, sometimes the deck will just randomly say, I want to work with you, or I want to work with a client. So these are just the ones that I'm being feel pulled to work with. Just feel pulled to work with this season. Some of them are familiar, some of them are new. So I just got another couple in here. That I want to grab while I'm at it. I have this the chest of drawers from IKEA, which is just like perfect. So I'm going to start with oracle decks first, in no particular order. So this is the word of Sarah Howard, by Wooden Eyes. This is by Gabby West, who has gifted us with the amazing Bonfire Tarot, and I've worked with this a little bit since getting it, but I would like to work with this more, especially I'll throw it all over the place, especially alongside the Bonfire Tarot, being this beautiful accompanied deck. I have an unboxing video of this. I'm looking forward to the new version of the Bonfire Tarot coming out. I have pre-ordered it because I would love another copy. Custodian. Beautiful artwork. Oh my gosh, these are just jumping out of my hands today. Maybe it's telling me to slow down. It takes me back to Australia, this deck, you know, my other home. So there's another reason why I envy those people who are about to hit the beach there back home. So there's another reason why I feel really pulled to this deck and to her work. It reminds me of home. So that's the word of Sarah Howard. I've got huge pile of cards. Okay, the second deck is the Seeds of Shakti Oracle by Sharon Basanti, my good friend here in Vancouver. And very exciting news, y'all. She's there's a second edition to this deck. So I have the first edition, and if you haven't seen the changes, there's some very cool changes. So go check it out. Look at the vibrancy of this deck. Honestly, like, I don't think my camera is going to do this deck justice. But I love the thought she's put into the guidebook, that it comes from her heart and her soul and her background. I've learned so much working with this deck, and I want to continue to work with it. So it's definitely being worked on. And while I was away, I actually only took a couple of decks, and I'll get to those ones because I didn't really work while I was away. As a matter of fact, I did one reading, so I was having a break. So this is the reason why this is a little bit delayed this year, this video. Well, 2016. So you actually have an opportunity now to get this deck again, so I'll put the link below as to where you can register for the pre-orders for the second edition. Okay, so the next one is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. I really like this deck. I like that it has different animals than a lot of decks, animal decks like the shark, the earthworm. Like, I don't see that a lot in a lot of other animal decks. Tarantula. And I like her. I really like her art style. It took me a while. I think I've talked about the Wild Unknown before in my comparison video. It took me a while to kind of get it, but you know, I really adore this deck. I've used it a lot since getting it with clients. Love the cardstock. And one of the things I really like about it is that she talks in the book, which I have just here, about when in balance, the animal's energy, when out of balance, and then how to bring it back into balance. So I really love incorporating that along with my own intuitive messages and what I also know of those animals, and if I've experienced anything with those animals, like the dolphin, which I've swum with dolphins on a number of occasions, and I really wanted to be a marine biologist. So I bring that along with my personal experience, along with what she talks about how to bring back into balance. And I really love incorporating that into my client readings. So that's one of the things I really love about this deck. I love otters so much, it hurts. You know, and there's the bee in here, if I can quickly find it. No, the bee in here just rocks my socks, because we all know how much I love. You know how much I love bees. I have a really cool new bee pendant too. Should show everyone when I can remember to. So I really like this deck, and I love the guidebook. I'm glad I got both. And I have been using it a lot since I got it with clients. The next one is a newish one. I have put the unboxing video up, the Soulful Woman Guidance cards. Now, I usually love Blue Angel Publishing's decks, and I love the cards themselves. I think the artwork is exquisite. I just think it's adorable. It's just like, oh, and there's the collaboration in it, but I have to admit that I have been using this deck, and this is not just me going, but some of the information in here is extremely sparse. Is it good? Oh, I guess that's subjective, right? But I was just a little bit disappointed with the book. Like there's got an introduction, welcoming your cards, how to use the cards, and then there's just a 1-card reading and a 3-card reading, and then additional cards. So it really feels more like, oh God, and I don't know, I'm probably going to get nailed for this, but for me it feels more like it was an opportunity to make this art into an oracle deck, rather than that being as well thought out as I would like, if that makes sense. The backs are so stunning, and I've used this in Oracle Wednesday, and I've used this with client readings, but I've channeled, which is fine. I'm not saying I never write directly from the book, because that's plagiarism, and that's not how you read. But I like having it trigger things for myself when I'm working with them personally. And I've been working with this deck, and I feel like some of the I should show you some art while I'm babbling on. Some of it is kind of a little bit lean in information, or lean in giving me much to think about, but the artwork is so stunning. So I have been using this less with the book and more with just the keyword and what vibe I'm getting from the art, and the affirmation down the bottom and how I can bring that, what I'm getting when I say that affirmation, what's coming to me, as in unlocking something for me, etc. So I hope that was a really roundabout way of saying that, but I don't want to crap on anyone for the sake of just crapping on someone, but I don't know, has anyone else been working, look at her, has anyone else been working with this? Am I just being a bitch? Let me know. But I love the artwork in this deck so much. So I am glad I have it and I'm working with it right now. It won't stop me from working with it, but I was just a little disappointed in the book. And talking about that, my next one I haven't actually been using, but I've pulled out, which is the Gospel of Aradia by Stacey DeMarco, another Blue Angel deck. And again, kind of a sparse book. More spreads in there though. Am I, someone tell me, am I expecting too much? The reason why I want to start using this will probably be only used for my own readings. I would like to use it for some client readings, so maybe I will. I just want to connect with it and see, because I've kind of judged this deck on surface value, and I know that that's not good. We should, like I bagged the 50 Shades of Grey book, but that's because I read it and I know it's crap, So I like to at least be educated if I'm going to mouth off about something. So I want to see how I feel about it. But the artwork is pretty great. Although, like that hierarchy. I'm just not going to say anything. But I love, is it Bill? Jimmy Manton. Billy Manton. Jimmy Manton's artwork. So I'm looking forward to working with this deck and just seeing how I actually feel about it. So we'll see. Love to hear from you if you've been working with it. Would love, love, love to hear from you. My last sort of oracle deck that I have... Oh, no, wait, there's one more. So this one is on... There's two more, actually. This is on my altar. And I have been working with this deck on my altar for my daily work. And if you follow me on social media, you would have seen some of them. So it's the Moon deck. And I really love having this energy on my altar. This is my main altar in my bedroom. Yeah, I'm really enjoying working with it. Just the focus. Funny, I got that card. Just being able to kind of bring that lovely feminine, gorgeous energy into my altar every day. Yeah, really, really loving it. And it's such a beautiful centerpiece because, you get this gorgeous box. You have the booklet. So for me, it's like it could even be a traveling altar. Talking about doing that, having a proper traveling altar, because I don't have one. So that's been on my altar for a couple of months now and will probably remain there. Oh, look at that. Work that magic, baby. And it is actually, as I'm recording this, it is a full moon. So, and it's pouring down with rain because it's Vancouver. And the last one is my Awaken Soul Oracle deck. Can't not work with my own cards. Am I right? So I know a lot of you have seen my cards before, but I have been using these. I use them for client readings. I use them for my own readings. Yeah. So this is also on my altar. So I have 3 decks on my altar. I have this one, I have the moon deck, and I have a tarot deck. And it charges them. It's just something so, like, I don't know, the words to express, like holding a creation in your hand. And Danielle is just an absolute superstar, amazing woman that I am so happy to work with and to continue to work with. And the support from the community has been mind-blowingly amazing. So yes, that's on my altar as well. I can't wait for other people to work with this. And I guess from a standpoint of, I wrote the book and I sketched out the artwork and I knew exactly what my vision was, and it'd be interesting to see other people's interpretation of that. So I have a few copies, so that's why there's some here, there's some on my altar. And the decks are on the way. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take a drink of water. One must stay hydrated. Oh, and I bought this today. I didn't mean to, guys. It's a Harry Potter charm bracelet. So it's got the house charm. It's got a 9 3/4. Another one of those. It's got a little snitch. And the time turner. I saw it in EB that it's actually bought Think Geek, and it's from Think Geek, and I could not resist. Okay, so now we're moving on to tarot, and I have quite a few. So the first one I want to talk about is the one that I took. So I took my Awaken Soul Oracle deck, and I took my Morgan Greer in a tin on my trip with me to the US. And I'm so glad that I made the choice of getting this deck, because it's protected so well. It's the perfect size for traveling. The color is a little bit different. It's a little bit more saturated than my normal Morgan Greer. But I know this is like my home blankie. This is my, security blanket deck. This is a deck that I know so well. I don't really feel like I need to show. I think most people have seen me talk about the Morgan Greer. But it was a perfect companion for on the road. Tucked away very easily in my backpack. Never left my side. Really good if I wanted to just tune in, and I would definitely take that with me again. So very glad I purchased that. Do not regret that at all. My next deck is my Soma tarot. I feel like I need to give this deck a bigger box, because I have the additional cards, so it's already too big for the box it's in. And for Christmas I'd love another copy of this deck, because I use it so much. So this is all in order, so I'm going to be very careful about how I show. I've shown this deck a lot for, it has the bottles on the back because, as a lot of you know, I'm a trained Soma consultant and reader. So I use this a lot, nearly every day for my Soma soul and spiritual purpose readings, which I am just like freaking loving doing. Because there's an interactive element to those readings where you sit with the intention of what that bottle, that vibration represents, and you pick them. And then I do obviously the reading, and I pick 6 tarot cards to go with it as a normal reading, as an additional reading, and 2 other oracle decks I use. So it's a lovely experience seeing what people pick and how they interact with their life and what vibrations they've chosen this lifetime, and if they're on their purpose. And you know, sometimes I get people come back to me and say, oh, that's why I don't vibe with this, or this is why I've had difficulty with that. So yeah, they're a very cool speciality reading of mine that I do with this deck. So that's why I use it every day. So, and it sits, it's my massage ball, it sits right up there. So if you watch my videos, you can usually see that white box. All right, the next few, very careful. The Green Witch Tarot, which I have not used enough, and it's perfect for this time of year. I love this deck, and I need to use it more. I love Kiri's artwork. I haven't read much of the book, but every time I connect with this deck, the artwork, I just exquisite. So I'm very much need to get this out. My issue is space, and I've got decks everywhere, and sometimes they kind of get a little bit crowded, or things get on top of them, so like getting them out, so I rotate them every now and then. So this has got to come out into rotation, because it's just so, I mean, it speaks to my witchy self. I love everything about this deck. So I need to work with this for sure more this season. So now that I have it out, it's going to remain out. Whew. Next deck is the third and final deck that is on my altar. It is the Druidcraft Tarot, and I have trimmed it. I felt like it was massive before, but I've only trimmed the big white border. I like the textured smaller border. Wanna kinda. I'm going a bit crazy. I've done a lot of videos today, but yeah, I can't even talk about how much I love this deck. I have a couple of copies of this. One of them was gifted to me, so I'm glad, because I will surely use the crap out of this. Already I'm beginning to see like my wear and tear from using this so much. I love it. I adore it. I adore it so much. Another one of my decks that's like my all-time favorite, and a comfortable love of mine. Just exquisite. The book is just delicious. Oh girl, yes she did. It's just amazing. So that's also on my altar at all times in my bedroom. So my next deck is one that I use for romance readings, a lot of romance readings, which is the Victorian Romantic Tarot, and by Karen Mahoney and Barber Studios, Magic Realist Press. So stunning, this deck. For some reason, funnily enough, reading with this deck for romance readings just is like, it's poetry for me. I don't look at the book, the little guidebook in there at all. It just sings to me whenever I do a reading for romance. Heaven on earth. And this edition was a gift, and what a fucking gift at that. So I've been using this again on the daily for my clients. So if you have a love reading from me, you're probably going to see this deck. Just so pretty. Like, it has two lovers cards, and I keep both of them in there. I'll like sauce it up. I like to see where they fall, and I have had readings where the double lovers have come up. Your mother lover, your double lover. You guys seen that mother lover song? It's just so beautiful. That's the other Lovers card. So I adore this deck. Work with it every day. Love, love. Love, 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 love. I love these videos too because I just get to sit here and go, wow, the pretty beautiful decks that I get to play with. Okay, next. A new love of mine. I did not do an unboxing video, but then I caved and got another copy. So I'll do an unboxing video when this arrives, but it's the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. Holy shit. Now the reason why I didn't do an unboxing is because as soon as I got back, it was like, open me. And I mean, I'm a bit of a kid anyway. I love presents, and this is probably why I buy lots of things. My love language is gifts, my number one. And I have just been floored by this deck. It's got this beautiful linen cardstock, very muted tones. And it is pretty much a pip deck, which you all know is not like my jam most of the time. But oh my gosh, reading with this has been like heaven. I have freaking loved it. I've had comments from clients. It's got the moon phases. I've had comments from clients about this deck. I mentioned it in my update video a little while ago. Yeah, I am absolutely enthralled with this deck. So this deck is getting a lot of use, and it will continue to do so because I am adoring it so much. They've done a beautiful job. I don't know if they still have, they did have another deck out on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. But for me, this is, I think, their best one. Although some of their playing cards on their website is pretty bloody amazing. But their court cards, yes, they're all white. An issue that we do need to talk about, because that's probably the one little thing that I would say is like, I think they're all white anyway. I'm pretty sure they are. We could have used a little bit of diversity, but the artwork is freaking stunning. The style is gorgeous. It's that real muted background. So it's from uusi.com, and you get a little pouch. There's no book, but everything is beautiful. Like the seal on there is gorgeous. The box is gorgeous, and like got this gold. It is luxe, and I know it's not cheap. I wish I'd bought the other copy when it was still at pre-order price, but I did not know I was going to fall in love with it. So, but the quality is exquisite. So I'm happy to pay that when it comes to well done decks. So there's another one that's going to get a shite ton of work from me. God, I love my job. I love my job so much. Next one is the original Bonfire Tarot. Now I've had this deck for a long time. There are no words. I love the size. I love the cardstock. The art is just freaking phenomenal. This deck pulls no punches. This deck will tell you. The symbols in it, the rich colors. I can't like. Look at that. She's got the Queen of Diamonds card on her breast. She's got that pie, and look at the way that the coin is on her plate. It's just like, Gabby, you're amazing, and I'm so glad it got picked up by a publisher, and I cannot wait to get my greedy little hands on the new edition. I hope you've all pre-ordered your copy. Again, no one's paying me to say this. I just adore this deck, and I have had it for many, many years, and I'm so glad I had this obsession with the tarot while this was still available, because I have one of the very old original copies of this deck. I believe so anyway, if this was, because I did see some with Hessian bags, but I've got the beautiful felt bag. So this for me is very much a witchy season tarot deck. The next one is the Heart and Hands Tarot, which I pre-ordered on Indiegogo. I came back from my trip and it was here. I've done an unboxing video, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am so happy with this deck. It's really big. It's so detailed. I love that it's black and white. I am just all into this. I'm all into this. I believe there are copies still available. This is by Liz Blackbird. That's the title card that you get in there. That's the back. Beautiful deck. Right up my alley. Really vibing with it. So I just got it, but it's going to be one that I use a lot. Can't wait to see how this stunner reads for me and what kind of readings it wants to do and what clients it wants to connect with. So I've done a full unboxing video. I did go through the whole deck too, which I don't always do. But for this one I did, so that'll be getting posted shortly, but that is another one that's going to be getting a lot of work, and I like to see a lot of more love for this, because I've seen the Daily Tarot Girl. I know she's got this deck, but I haven't seen a lot of other, maybe I've just missed it. And two other decks I want to quickly talk about. I'm not going to go through them because I'm exhausted, and B, I've done unboxing videos for it. But the Modern Spellcasters Tarot, I'm looking forward to delving into that. And the Medieval Scapini Tarot. I've done unboxing videos for both of these, but these are new. They've been decks that I want to work with, so I don't really have an informed opinion of them, so that's the reason why I'm not going to go into them on a deep level, but I'm very fortunate that I've got a lot of new decks to work with. So these are what it's kind of like at arm's reach. This is what I've been using a lot for myself, or I plan on using now that they're here and I'm back. I love watching these videos, these seasonal videos, what everyone's working with. I love it. I know I've got a few to go watch. Wild Moon Woman, I'm looking at you, girl. So what are you working with? And if you have a video of this and I haven't seen it on your channel, can you pop it in the comments so I can go see what you're working with? I would love to see it. And thank you so much again for joining me and watching.